Good day, everyone, and welcome to another episode on the WorldCraft server. My name is 134, and I hope you have a good time today. Well, we're starting on spawn today because we want to go visit the marketplace once again. I heard that the plugin for the chest shop has changed, so we're gonna have to go there and check it out. Make sure that we are once again able to sell our items. From what I can tell, when I glanced over there earlier, all the signs have been removed from all the chests. So we're gonna have to redo all the chest signs. Ooh, these look fancy. 100 per 64. 200 each for mending. Okay, I'm gonna have to check out the prices on mine then. Alright. Wait, let's check out all the prices first. I don't know what they're selling. Who was selling iron blocks again? I think it was 0131. But they haven't fixed their sign yet. Okay, so they're selling iron ingots for 100 per stack. So that's 900 per. Yeah, so that's 900 per stack of 64. So I need to go cheaper than that. And also we have a mending book for 200 each. So we're also gonna sell for around the same price. Meanwhile, you have It's Real Me selling spawners. Here's spider spawner up there, and then we have the zombie spawner down below. And then here we have blocks of iron as well. Okay, so how do we change this? So let's try this. 16 blocks of iron. Let's sell that for 150. Ooh, that's fancy. So this is a full chest of blocks of iron. Well done, it's really. Meanwhile, I have 150 per 16 blocks of iron, which is much cheaper than that. But they also have a lot more stock of iron than me. Okay, so I'll now do this for the other two chests, and then we'll be right back. And there we have it. We now have all three shops in our stall. We have our Unbreaking 3 books for selling for 200, our iron blocks selling for 150 per 16, and we also have our mending books selling for 200 per book. But with the space we have, I reckon we could sell 3 more things. One chest over here, one chest over there, another chest out on top of that. So you can probably sell 3 more things. So let's break this bookshelf over here. And then let's pick ourselves up 3 more things we want to sell. There we go, we now have all 6 chests in. We're now selling mending for 200, Unbreaking 3 also for 200, Feather Falling 4 for 200, blocks of iron 150 per 16, fire protection 4 for 200, and looting 3 for 200. So I chose Feather Falling, fire protection, and looting for our extra 3 books because they are more niche books to sell. They're not as common as protection or efficiency or silk touch or fortune in terms of enchants that players might want, but they are very useful nonetheless. So we decided to sell these as well. I might change the ordering. I might put mending and breaking here in the middle instead of at the top, just for better. Because I personally tend to look in the middle first before I look at the top. So I might change these around, and then I'll be right back once I'm done with that, so that we can have the final version of our shop. I might also remove these as well, just like It's Real Me did with theirs. Alright, I'll be right back. And finally, this is the final version of our shop over here. So we now have the mending and unbreaking books in the middle, our feather falling and blocks of iron up top, and our looting and fire protection at the bottom. So these are now a bit easier to see, or at least those are what you would look at first. Then these will be what will be looked at second, and these will be looked at third, since you have to jump in order to see them. But yeah, we now have 6 things being sold in our shop, and I do hope to start earning some money from this. So I started selling my books at a cheaper price. They used to be 400 each, but after seeing these books selling for 250 and 200, and then these selling for 200 as well, I decided to start selling my books at a cheaper price, because I'm gonna lose out on sales if I don't do it. Alright, let's go back to base and start on the next task. Well, that next task for me is just gonna be fishing with Megan's fishing rod for more money from fish, from the Pirate Fishing plugin, and then just checking on this particular villager over here, making sure he has efficiency 5 from time to time. But I think that's quite a boring task for me to put in the video, so I'm just gonna do this off camera, because this is just mostly gonna be me washing this bobber, waiting for the bubbles to come up, and then every few minutes just gonna be selling the fish to earn more money. Now, I've noticed that when I first logged on, I got a couple thousand more dollars in my money. So that must mean I had some sales in my shop over at the marketplace. So let's check it out. Okay. Now, I had just re-upped my rent on the marketplace, but I haven't really checked out how much I had sold. Ooh. Feather falling is now down to 1. Unbreaking is now down to 11. Blocks of iron used to be 20, now it's 19. Mending used to be, I don't know, like 11 or 12, now it's just 1. Looting used to be 8, now it's 7. Fire protection 4 used to be around 4, I think, now it's down to 2. So we've been making a lot of sales, actually. Enough that I definitely have enough to keep re-upping this rent over here. And also, I might have enough to start up a new shop. So let's check out the rest of the stalls. Let's see whether there's still stall left to be rented out, rather. But let's just check it out. Here we are at the other side of stalls. So we have a couple of things for rent out here. So lots of things for sale. I like this blaze rod thing over here. I might just buy this or this blaze spawner. That's a lot more expensive though. Definitely interested in these frog lights over here, since I need some light sources for my map art build. So definitely interested in these. I might just buy out the entire frog light, this entire ochre frog light section over there. Let's see, another 500 for 7 days. This one has been rented out. Another couple for 7 days. Okay. So I'm thinking of renting this one out. Let's see how many spaces does it have. So it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. It has most of the colors of wool if I wanted to sell the colors of wool. What should I sell if I was going to rent this out? I am thinking of just selling the colors of wool, except for white, since white is the most common one from what I can tell. Like, everyone has white wool from what I can tell, because the market price for white wool has decreased yet again from 75 cents to like 50 cents for one wool. So that must be the one everyone has. So I might just go ahead and sell all of the colors of wool except for white. Like warmer colors here, darker colors here, cooler colors over there, and then just the neutral colors in the middle here. I think that's what I'll do. So what's gonna happen now is I'm gonna rent this out, and then we do the stall. I'll be right back. Alright, time to rent this out. Right click. Boop. So it is now bought by us. So as you can see, our money decreased over there on the right side of the screen. So we'll be redecorating this, but let's check out what price we should sell our wool. So let's check out the other NPC way over there at the other stall's place, and check out for how much wool is currently being bought by the market. So now, since I want to make a profit out of this, I want the price to be greater than the normal sell price to the market, but less than how much the market is selling it for, so that people are willing to buy from me instead of the market. So let's check it out. So it's under blocks. So yellow wool might be especially useful since there is no yellow wool over here on the block section of the market. So seems like all of the colors of wool are currently being sold by the market for $2 each, and almost all of them are being bought by the market for 75 cents each rather. Ooh, purple is being bought at $3. Wonder why. Anyway, but yeah, white wool especially is a lot cheaper being bought by the market since that's the one that everyone has. So we gotta sell our wool at somewhere between 75 cents and $2. So for 64 wool, I'm planning to sell it at around 100 perhaps, or 75. We'll see how much is. I'll start at 100, and then we'll see whether it sells. If it doesn't sell, then we'll go down to 75. As long as it's above 75 cents per block of wool. Alright, let's go to base and start stocking. Or start making sure of our stock. And also we need to restock these since we have 1, and 2 of that, 7 of that, 11 of that. So we also have to restock these as well. Alright, let's go back to base. And here we have at least half of our shop now up and running. So we now have our cyan, light blue, blue, purple, magenta, and pink now being sold at the right side of this double stall. It seems that there's some sort of bug or glitch or whatever that is keeping me from being able to sell from this middle and on the left side of the stall. So we're gonna have to ask one of the server admins to help with that. Meanwhile, I'm gonna head out to the other stall where it seems that I've made a few more sales of my mending books. I've just restocked it and it seems that my money has increased and it might be the mending. Let me see. Yeah, we only have 5 mending left. That used to be around 8 or 9, like a couple of minutes ago. Or yeah. So yeah, we made a couple more sales. That's great. That's great. Okay. So we're gonna continue stocking our shops, and then we'll be right back. Before I go, let's go buy our light sources. Let's just check whether this is the cheapest we could get. Since the light sources aren't necessarily a visible part of the build, and I don't really care about it being good looking or whatever. So these are 150 per stack, which is slightly above $2 per block. So let's just check the market whether there's something we could buy. That's less than $2, or at around $2. So let's just quickly go to the market. It's so hard getting between the two stall places, but it's worth it, I think. Okay, let's just check the blocks first. Glowstone is a lot more expensive than that, so not buying that. Slime blocks unfortunately cannot be bought, so that's unfortunate. I wonder if we can get sea lanterns or something like that. Let's see. I don't think so. Okay. Then let's go back. Let's check decoration. Jack-o'-lanterns are exactly $2, which is great. That's 128 per stack. That's cheaper. What else can we buy? Ooh, shroom lights, 1.75 per block, so that's even less. Sea lanterns are $4, so that's a lot more expensive as well. So we're gonna get shroom lights. Those are $3.50. So at least the player who's selling these are selling for cheaper than the market price. So that's great. If we wanted these frog lights, but I'm gonna get the shroom lights instead since these are cheaper. 175 per block, which comes out to how much? 64 plus 48. So that's 112, I think. Yeah, 112 per stack, so that's great. So we're gonna get our 16 stacks and then purchase. And that's a lot of shroom lights. So our money has gone down yet again, but we now have our light sources for our map art. That's amazing. Okay, actually going back to base now. Overland, let's go. We now move on to our last task for the day, which is to once again expand our tree operation over here. So we're only harvesting 2 birch trees at a time, which is a bit too few since we are planning to use at least 5 to 6 stacks of birch saplings or birch slabs. Yeah, 5 to 6 stacks of birch logs rather, I think is the full amount, just for the platform on which we're gonna build our map. So we need a lot more than that in order to build the map itself. So we need a lot more birch. And at the moment we are only at less than 3 stacks. So we're not even at enough birch stacks to build the platform yet. Meanwhile, our spruce and dark oak are doing pretty well. The spruce especially is being harvested at quite a high rate since they grow so tall, and the dark oak gives us around a stack per growth of the 2 trees over there. So I just gotta be patient with the spruce and the oak, but the birch is definitely something we need to expand. So we're gonna add 6 more birch trees to our plot over here. So we're gonna expand it in this direction, then in that direction, looping around, and then up to around here, so that we have a total of 8 birch trees instead of just 2. So we are now increasing our birch production by a factor of 4, and we're gonna have a lot more birch going forward, and hopefully that's gonna be enough to speed up our birch production that we are then able to build our platform. Alright, let's go to a time lapse of just me placing some platform. And there we have it. We now have our 8 birch saplings slowly growing to become full trees, and all 8 saplings now have this cap of a birch slab on top of them, just in case we want to grow some oak later on and we want to keep them from growing too high or growing into those massive oak trees. So I now hope that these will start growing and give us a lot more birch and a lot more birch saplings, since our saplings aren't growing at a very fast rate, or the number of saplings isn't growing at a very fast rate. So I do hope that in time I will be able to get a surplus of birch saplings. Meanwhile, I will keep cutting down these dark oak and spruce trees so that we can get our full number of slabs for our platform. But yeah, that's gonna be another grind. Well, thank you so much for watching this episode. If you want to see the grind, be sure to subscribe. But for now, the grind continues. Good day, everyone.